Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're taking an in-depth look at the agriculture industry in the United States under President Donald Trump, specifically focusing on how his administration's immigration policies, especially the massive deportation of workers, impacted this crucial sector. First, it's important to understand just how critical immigrant labor is to the agricultural industry. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, over 50% of farm workers in the U.S. are foreign-born, with many being undocumented. In some states like California, the numbers are even higher, sometimes upwards of 70%. These workers are essential to the planting, harvesting, and processing of crops. When Donald Trump became president, his administration took an aggressive stance on immigration. His signature policy, building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, was just the tip of the iceberg. His administration also enacted a series of policies designed to crack down on illegal immigration, ramping up deportations of undocumented individuals.
We tried everything we could, raised wages, extended working hours, and even provided additional training to attract more workers. Offered benefits, but the workers we depended on were simply gone. The labor shortage hit us harder than we ever imagined. The crops were left unharvested and it was devastating. Fields that once thrived with activity now stood eerily silent. Some of our fields had to be plowed under because there weren't enough hands to gather the crops. It felt like watching months of hard work go to waste.
The immediate impact was stark. The absence of workers was felt in every corner of the farm. When workers were detained or deported, farms found themselves with gaping labor shortages. The ripple effect was felt throughout the entire agricultural sector. Crops that needed harvesting were left in the fields, unable to be picked in time, resulting in millions of dollars in lost produce. The economic impact was severe, affecting not just the farmers but the entire supply chain. While the labor shortage affected nearly every sector of agriculture, some industries were hit harder than others. Let's take a look at a few examples. Although the initial impacts were devastating, the agriculture industry began to adapt. In some areas, farms raised wages, offered benefits, and even recruited workers from non-immigrant communities. But these measures were not enough to fill the void left by the deportations. The labor shortage in agriculture also had significant political and economic consequences. The farming community became increasingly vocal about the impact of Trump's policies. Many farmers and agricultural workers advocated for immigration reform and a path to citizenship for those already working in the country. With the election of President Joe Biden in 2020, the political landscape shifted. While Biden promised to reverse some of Trump's hardline immigration policies, the challenges remain. While some deportation measures were eased and protections for immigrant workers were expanded, many issues in the agriculture industry are still unresolved. In the end, President Trump's immigration policies left a lasting mark on the U.S. agricultural industry. These policies, which aimed to tighten borders and reduce the number of undocumented immigrants, had far-reaching consequences that rippled through the farming communities across the nation. While the labor shortages and economic losses were significant, they also sparked a nationwide conversation about the importance of immigration reform. Farmers and agricultural workers found themselves at the forefront of this debate, highlighting the critical role that immigrant labor plays in sustaining the agricultural sector. The challenges faced by the industry underscored how essential immigrant labor is to this country's food system. Without these workers, many farms struggled to harvest their crops, leading to increased food prices and reduced availability of fresh produce. This situation brought to light the interconnectedness of immigration policies and food security. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Your engagement helps us continue to bring important stories to light and foster meaningful discussions. We'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you think immigration policies should evolve to support industries like agriculture? The future of our food system depends on finding balanced solutions that address both security concerns and the needs of the agricultural workforce. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your input is valuable and can contribute to shaping a more informed and inclusive dialogue around this critical issue. Thank you for watching. In 2025, President Trump introduced a new wave of deportation policies aimed at undocumented immigrants. These policies were part of a broader strategy to address illegal immigration, which had been a contentious issue for many years. The administration argued that these measures were necessary to uphold the rule of law and protect American jobs. However, the implementation of these policies had far-reaching consequences that extended beyond the immediate goal of reducing the number of undocumented immigrants in the country. These policies had a profound impact on the agriculture industry, which was already struggling with labor shortages. The agriculture sector relies heavily on immigrant labor, with many workers being undocumented. The sudden removal of a significant portion of the workforce created a vacuum that could not be easily filled. Farmers found themselves in a dire situation, unable to harvest their crops and maintain their operations. The ripple effects of this labor shortage were felt throughout the entire supply chain, from the fields to the grocery stores. The new deportation measures led to an even greater scarcity of workers, exacerbating the challenges faced by farmers. With fewer hands to tend to the crops, many farms saw a significant decline in productivity. This not only affected the farmers' livelihoods, but also had a broader economic impact. The reduced output led to higher prices for consumers and increased pressure on the remaining workers, who had to take on more responsibilities to keep the farms running. Many farms were forced to scale back their operations or shut down entirely due to the lack of available labor. The sight of abandoned farm equipment and empty greenhouses became all too common in rural areas. The closure of these farms had a devastating effect on local communities, leading to job losses and economic decline. Small towns that depended on agriculture as their main source of income were particularly hard hit, with many residents facing financial uncertainty and hardship. The economic impact was severe, with millions of dollars in lost produce and increased costs for remaining workers. Unsold produce piled up, leading to significant financial losses for farmers. The scarcity of labor also meant that those who remained had to be paid higher wages, further straining the already tight budgets of agricultural businesses. The combination of lost revenue and increased expenses created a perfect storm that many farms could not weather. As we reflect on these events, it becomes clear that such policies not only disrupt industries, but also affect the lives of countless individuals and families. The human cost of these measures is often overlooked in the broader political debate. Families were torn apart, with many facing the heart-wrenching decision of whether to stay together and face deportation or separate in hopes of finding a more stable future. Community meetings became a common sight as people came together to support one another and find ways to cope with the new reality. The long-term consequences of these policies are still being felt today, as the agriculture industry continues to grapple with the fallout. The labor shortages have not been fully resolved, and many farms are still struggling to find enough workers to operate at full capacity. Interviews with farmers reveal a deep sense of frustration and uncertainty about the future. The sight of idle farm machinery serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by the industry. However, this period also offers valuable lessons for the future. It highlights the need for comprehensive immigration reform that takes into account the realities of the labor market and the essential role that immigrant workers play in our economy. Policy meetings and brainstorming sessions among agricultural experts and farmers have become more frequent, as stakeholders seek to develop sustainable solutions that can prevent such crises in the future. It's a call to action for policymakers, industry leaders, and the public to work together in crafting sustainable and humane immigration policies that support both economic growth and human dignity. The collaboration between lawmakers and the agricultural community is crucial in developing policies that are both effective and compassionate. Community meetings that bring together diverse groups of people are essential in fostering understanding and cooperation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the intricate relationship between immigration policies and the agriculture industry. We hope that this exploration has provided you with a deeper understanding of the complexities involved and the importance of thoughtful policymaking. The stories and experiences shared here are a testament to the resilience and determination of those affected by these policies. Your engagement and understanding are crucial as we navigate these complex issues. By staying informed and participating in the conversation, you can help shape a more just and equitable future. The discussions and debates that take place in our communities are vital in driving change and ensuring that the voices of those most affected are heard. Don't forget to share your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Your feedback and perspectives are invaluable in enriching the dialogue and finding solutions that work for everyone. Social media platforms and online forums provide a space for these important conversations to take place, allowing for a diverse range of voices to be heard. Together, we can build a better, more inclusive future for everyone. By working hand in hand, we can create a society that values and respects the contributions of all its members. The strength of our communities lies in our ability to come together and support one another, regardless of our differences. Let's continue to strive for a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.